It has been, but I don't know if it actually got caught. But yeah,
We are live now.
Oh, boy.
Son of a bitch.
We are
Hey,
live
everyone.
with episode whatever this is, 73.
2,745.
I mean, might as well be. It's March 4008 or whatever right now.
Yeah.
It is still March.
Time is very strange these days. But hi, everybody. Welcome to whatever this is. Cask Strength, I guess.
It's cask
We're
strength.
drinking whiskey.
We
presumably.
are drinking whiskey.
Shit, I'm doing it wrong.
To answer the first question of the evening, Graham, in my glass, I'm having the good old Jameson Caskmates Bose edition.
What a copycat! Because I'm having the Caskmate Stout edition.
And you did tell me what you were drinking before I poured mine, so I will take
And
that copycat comment.
It's fine though; they're both delicious.
They are. The stout is, and it's such a drastic difference. The IPA is really not something I enjoy.
Me either. I've only had a taste of it, but
I like it less than just the standard Jameson.
Yeah.
But the stout and the Bose edition are, in my opinion, twice as good as the standard release. Absolutely.
I'm not even a beer person. Like I couldn't stand drinking either of the beers that they're from. But like it's pretty tasty. It's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And Christina's got.
I got lazy, so I only gathered up what was already in my office, and that is Ardbeg, Wee Beastie, and Balcones single malt, and I decided to blend them.
Science. I like it.
Yeah, I love it. Ooh, Graham.
You add anything with harsh peat to anything that's not peated, right? And you're going to make it better.
I mean, that's
just scientific fact.
Fair point.
I have. There's some blending that needs to be done. Like,
did you do a straight 50-50 or ish?
I did do a straight 50-50.
Intense.
I'm throwing a little bit more Ardbeg.
Sure.
Really, what needs to happen is you need to add 1 ounce of Ardbeg Wee Beastie and put the Balcones back on the shelf.
Yeah, I was waiting for the 50% Wee Beastie and then another 50%.
If you want to get fancy, throw some 10 in there.
Another ounce Wee Beastie.
Sure.
Pour the Balcones down sink.
No, that's
probably not a great idea, but okay.
It's fair. That's only treatment for Canadian mist. So
correct.
Fact.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Hey, Ed and Mike and Charles, James, good to see you, brother. Greg and AJ and Puffs and Drams is with us as usual. So thanks for coming out, guys. Oh, and Mike's here. Holy moly. Yeah, it is a shocker.
Brand.
I do have to say though, and of all the whiskeys. And I say this every time that you would expect Christina to have. If you knew that one was Ardbeg and like you could give me 50 guesses on what the next one, it would never be like an American non-peated whiskey. So that's always a nice little surprise when you guys are having stuff.
The collection here is
because one of our favorite non-peated whiskeys is Michter's American. So
which one?
Good stuff.
It's just Michter's American.
The standard, the blue and red.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's super good. And for it's actually is amongst my favorite lower ABV Americans because it's only like 43.4% or some weird 42.6 or something. But it's got a great flavor for the low ABV.
Also ran through a bottle of blackened here recently that was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
We haven't even had that up here at all. We just got Heaven's Door, and I think that's the first like celebrity whiskey that we've had access to. And even then, it's not really as much as like the Blackened, which is clearly that's awesome that it's good, and especially coming from you because you're fairly picky. Like you're a pretty discerning guy.
So not gonna lie. my head is so geared towards Ardbeg that I heard him say blackened, and I knew he said blackened, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember going through a bottle of black.
Going through a whole much.
Not yet.
Haven't any
Just
much
getting
less
through
gone
it.
through a whole bottle.
But
Not
I
yet.
don't remember having that. How did he go through that already?
I mean, if you went through the whole bottle that fast, you might not remember. So
It's very true.
Yeah,
Fair point.
fair enough.
So I guess I need to get something to drink, don't I?
I mean,
now-
the void
Go
can
ahead and
do
snap your
what
fingers,
it
boy.
wants.
I wonder if this Bose edition made it anywhere outside of Ontario,
have
or
no
if it's an
idea.
actually Ontario
right.
exclusive. But if
I
you guys
don't
ever
know.
see this down in the States, I would scoop it up for sure. I don't think that it would be because it's not too available up here, and this
Yeah, no
Bose
idea.
is in. It's actually up near Brad's neck of the woods, I believe.
Yeah, they're like probably 45 minutes from here, something like
Yeah.
that. They're pretty close.
So, but it's spectacular. I know I say it all the time, but it is one of my favorite Irish. Period.
It's tasty stuff.
Yeah, and that's saying a fairly decent amount because I've had some spectacular Irish. The void is always whatever the void pours, it is always black. Look right now. The void is pouring, and you tell me what color that is.
It's actually a close up of my glass right now.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Little do we
All
realize.
right, yeah,
oh,
Mike,
the
thanks
close
for
of the
coming
glass.
out, buddy. Appreciate it, even for a few minutes, pal. Go get that one to bed. Oh God, we're getting a
Yeah,
screen.
getting kids to bed is getting harder and harder these days, I tell you. Keeps sneaking up on me.
I will be back.
All righty. I don't know how the void walks away from anything, but that's
Yeah, we'll be back. The omnipresent being can't not.
just
be-
hold on. I'll be right back. The void just disappears.
So, what are you folks at home drinking? I haven't seen any of you guys chatting about what you've got in your glasses. I'd love. Oh, actually, Graham did mention he was having something local. That's why I did that face a little while back.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens with the result of that said photo. Because Terry is hands down my favorite Photoshopper on the entire internet. Graham is drinking Caldera Distillery Hurricane 5, a very nice Canadian whiskey. That's awesome. I have heard of Caldera, and I think it might have actually been from you, Graham, that I heard. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to still getting into the stuff, especially your experiment, Graham. And I think that I'm probably just going to end up meeting with Brad or shipping some out to him so we can get down to it on a video, and perhaps we can arrange beforehand to have you on, and then you can maybe talk about it a little bit because it's super interesting. Graham's been aging his own whiskey in some really neat casks, and yeah, so that's a real banger of an episode to look forward to, and we'll keep all you guys posted.
Banger.
Terry finished off the last of his Maker's 46 with a Davidoff cigar and some salted caramel M&Ms. Oh man, chocolate and bourbon goes together so well. Actually, particularly Maker's Mark, and I've said this on stream before, so I've got proof. Maker's 46 and chocolate go together really well.
Now I'm craving salted caramel. Thank you, Terry.
Terry, why are you so fancy?
Terry is always fancy.
Terry is fancy.
Ooh, an Amroot rye?
Interesting.
Wheels, I have never heard of Amroot rye, but every Amroot I've ever had has been spectacular. They're really something else. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, and I think you should pour some, Wheels. If you said might, I think you should.
Peer pressure.
I believe it. I believe this. That seems factual.
Terry, I also like the standard Makers more than like any of my friends. It's a solid.
Makers is good.
I enjoy it. It's
I got
nothing crazy. It's not something like, oh, you got to try this by any means, but I enjoy it. I always have. It's the first weeder that I got into, and this was years ago, obviously, but it's spectacular.
Put it this way: in the before times when you could go to a establishment and have a drink, Makers was kind of the go-to. Everybody's got it. It's good, and they don't usually overcharge too bad for it.
Fair.
Yeah, same up here, and that's saying something.
Usually,
Terry, what did that Makers 46 run you over there? Because I know maybe not so much in Ireland, but I know
Makers is terrible, Ed.
England gets.
Yeah, and I think I already owe Erica a fight because of all the nasty things she says about Ardbeg and prefers.
Oh,
Makers is absolutely
Maybe a
awful.
fight?
It's a brawl.
I had to brawl a little bit.
Excellent. I approve.
I would never fight Erica under any circumstance because like the practice she has with Ed, like, the giant Viking, it might
True.
it's she's got experience.
Hey,
I'm sure.
Void everywhere.
35-pound off Amazon. Wow. Whoa, nice, Graham. That is awesome. I had no idea that Blackadder had an Amaru, but I mean, I don't. It's not like I have a comprehensive list of everything that they bottle, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I'm sure.
Blackadder, Compass Box, and North Star Spirits are three. I won't say they're bottlers that are batting 1,000 with me. I've never had anything from all three that aren't spectacular. Just
we're gonna have like a serious fight here at some point.
At some point,
yeah, it's actually getting on here. This is gonna be. We're gonna start. I'm calling. Is Don King still alive? Just throwing it out there. I already backed out and said I ain't fighting Erica. So
I really wish I had a
I'd love
trumpet.
to represent the channel, but that's as far as I'll go. Like I'm hard out on anything like that.
I mean, there's a border in the way, so you're good.
For now, it would be tricky.
Oh, I should have changed my tune. Hey, I'd love to represent the channel in a fight, guys, but I mean, I just can't get down there. They wouldn't let me. I'm dying to.
Only the government would stop holding me back.
Darn. I don't think they're going to consider an inter-whiskey tube channel fight as essential travel.
I mean,
maybe they
know.
will.
To get into the States, like, I need to fight someone. They might, to get back home might be a little tricky.
This is a fight over a brand of bourbon.
Right.
All right, get down here. All right.
Go on. Yeah, you're fine.
So really, it's just you just have to wait until we enact gladiatorial combat again for entertainment of the masses to distract them. Then you can just come right on over.
Any day now.
Oh, by the way,
Graham,
I'm drinking Lagavulin 16.
Hey,
Good stuff.
guess what I'm pouring next.
You are just a copycat tonight.
I am. I'm.
Jeez, what guy?
Wow.
Great minds. Nope, I'm a copycat.
I don't have a mind.
Fair
You are all minds. Maybe
Yeah.
he was just thinking your thought.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Graham, a 23-year-old Aaron alone is marvelous, but a Blackadder raw cask, holy moly. Yeah, I'd say the Blackadder raw cask. We have a Boona, a Blackadder, 13-year-old Blackadder peated Boona raw cask, and it is magic in a glass.
Well, I don't have anything like that, but I do have an Aaron sitting beside me, so I might as well
What have you got there?
go with the
Macrimore.
Oh,
peated
is that
Aaron.
the cask strength or the standard?
I think it's the standard one. Yeah, just 46.
Nice. It's got
That
a dog
stuff's
on it,
good.
so I'm down.
That stuff's
Anything
good.
that's got like animals on it, I'm into. Those new releases like the Laga with the eagle on it and the Talisker with all like the seaweed. I love that type of shit.
Yeah.
Love it. But you put a dog on the bottle and I'm automatically interested.
Correct, Jason.
That just means that she was thinking the Void's thought again. It's all connected. It's all connected.
Wait, does this mean I'm just the copycat of everyone?
Maybe, or everyone's copycatting you.
Oh God.
Consciousness is a tricky subject.
That is.
No one needs to do that. No,
That's a fucking. Oh yes, Dave. Yeah, that 17-year.
Yeah, change the subject. No.
Oh, you already. Sorry. You already.
Fine.
I didn't mean to override that.
You can override anything.
No,
the less
I'm
clicking
not.
I have to do, the more I am happy.
Oh my God. What a shame. You're gonna have to go for some 19-year phase out.
Man, hate when that happens.
Fuck. What a shame.
Projection of Zerf's mind.
I take offense to that. I think that proves the comment, though.
The Zerp is a violent physical manifestation of the Void's mind.
Everything, Richard. You'll have to catch the replay.
Did we just have Voidception, by the way?
Was that what's happening?
Not think that was what you were going to say.
Oh. Okay, moving on.
Richard, yes, Scallywag does have a doggy on the bottle, and I love it. As I also love the beastie with the wee beastie on the bottle. It's great. Jim, good to see you, buddy. Fashionably late is always awesome.
Christina is just looking at the bottle like, what are you talking about?
No, the Timoris beastie is quotes a wee beastie, and it says wee beastie. So yeah,
Fair enough.
No, don't give him fair. Just say okay.
Harsh.
No,
not harsh. Just okay, fair.
It's a different wee beastie, exactly.
Indifferent, sure.
James, I'm not sure what you are referring to. If you could elaborate on that. And thanks for popping in, James. It's great to see you here. James is an ambassador for Beam Centauri, which includes wonderful, wonderful distilleries.
It's Centauri time.
Yeah, for a good time. It's Centauri time.
Really is. They have a lot of good stuff.
It really
They do.
is.
They really do.
Like, that sounds sarcastic, but like, really, it's good.
Other than the 19, is that cask strength, a mix of cask and the 16 makes for a truly better whiskey in the standard 16. I really enjoy the 16, and it's one of those whiskeys that certainly. Oh yes, okay, James. No, we didn't bring that up yet, but that's a great talking point because I have a few things I could go on about regarding that. But yeah, to finish my thought there, Lager 16 gets a lot of praise. It's very commonly known, but it's well worth it. It is a spectacular dram. I absolutely love it. Okay, yeah, so I'm sure many of that's the best commercial in the history of the planet.
Good Lord.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so as many of you will know, Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible recently put Alberta Premium Cask Strength as the I'm not sure what the actual title is. I don't think it's best whiskey in the world, but it's his choice of like the top whiskey in the world. Pardon me. And I don't know his criteria. This is the second Canadian in like 4 years, or maybe even 3 years. I guess maybe 4 years that he's picked as his I guess his favorite in the world. I'll have this to say about it. It is a spectacular rye. I love it. For the price, it's hard. I've never had a better rye for the price. I will say that. I have a sealed bottle of it up on the top shelf to share with my American friends whenever that time comes. It sold out of this entire country by 9 a.m. of the day that it was announced. So people are, of course, going to be trying to unload some on the secondary, and people are scrambling around trying to find some because of the title. And the same thing happened with the Crown Royal Northern Harvest when he named that as his world whiskey. And it caused a bit of pandemonium for a whiskey that a month after this announcement and a month before this announcement was absolutely everywhere. And I mean, any liquor store in this province had 250 bottles of it. And then, of course, hey, guy. Pardon me? Okay, I'll mess up your hair.
Darn kids keep showing up.
By the way, all this Murray talk, like all I can hear in my head now is the new Joker movie, Murray.
Bubble bath, that's nice. That's just like his opinion, man.
So,
And yeah, I think that, you know, it is what it is. Everyone has, if he's got that platform and that's his favorite whiskey, so be it, right? I'm not going to knock anyone for that, but it seems to me that someone with his pedigree, his access to probably any dram he desires, and some of them are kind of questionable, but I don't know what his criteria is, because certainly for the price and definitely in the Canadian category, it's way up there. Way up there. Maybe the best.
Or he's just playing the long con game and he's just having shits and giggles.
They said the last time that he gave a Canadian whiskey the accolade, police in Toronto were called as drinkers brawled over the bottles on the shelf.
Yes.
Yikes.
This is a 34 Canadian dollar bottle of whiskey. Okay. And I'm sure there was also a difference in releases because subsequent releases weren't up to par. I had a couple bottles. I wasn't gonna not pick one up after that, right? But it was not offensive, super friendly, easy to drink, decent rye, but not near the top for me. But this Alberta Premium, you guys have heard me talk about it before. I'll continue to talk about it for sub 60. Okay, so Graham got some down east for $64. Still well worth it. Honestly, anything I'd pay up to $100 for it, just by comparison of other ryes I've had in that category that taste so good. It's great. You can't beat it for the price, but it's going to be tricky for a lot of people to get some in Ontario and Alberta because they disappeared pretty quick. The good news is,
there's this. Like, just because one guy thinks that it's really great has nothing to do with whether another person is going to like it.
Absolutely.
It's extremely subjective.
Hey, now
a weird noise coming out of the void.
Listen, I love Lafroig. I love it. And I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if it wasn't for Lafroig.
Brad.
Okay.
You know what to do.
Listen, Boyd, you can put thoughts in my head, but you can't make me do things.
You know what to do.
Whoa, Eric Waite is throwing shade. Hard shade over on Jim Murray there.
Wow. Okay, moving on.
Yikes.
Oh, Jason's throwing shade on me. This is just we're slamming each other all over the place here.
Yikes.
The Alberta Premium is at $65. Problem is out of stock now. New batch. Yeah, that's the thing with I believe the company is called Alberta Distillers. I think, that makes Alberta Premium. I'm sure James will correct me. James, don't worry, I got your back, buddy. I love Lefroy, and I literally mean that. If it wasn't for Quarter Cask, I wouldn't be here right now with all of this and doing all of this. So I owe everything to Quarter Cask. But
Quarter Cask is pretty good.
Quarter Cask is pretty good.
oh, now we got the backpedaling.
No. Just the admission of what's good.
Yeah.
It is super good, and
It is
definitely for you guys and what's in your wheelhouse, Quarter Cask definitely is must
good.
be enjoyable. It's
And
got
the 10 at cask strength, so good.
oh,
Oh, I can imagine.
yeah, marvelous,
Hell yeah.
absolutely
You
marvelous.
can't get that here though.
Yeah, so Alberta Distillers is a massive producer. I don't know the numbers. I just know that just from experience and everything, like they must have decent ability to put out.
They had
a
huge.
large
I mean, they
amount.
were selling huge chunks of it to Whistle Pig for quite a while. So.
Right. So I'm hoping that cask strength is a consistent release. That would be just a great thing. And it's also something that I've said when we've talked about this in the previous months, something that I feel is the best chance of making it to the States because of the volume. Because a lot of our really spectacular, great Canadian whiskeys are sometimes even province exclusive, or the country exclusive. But I have a feeling that if there was one to make it down into the States for retail, that it would be this. And I'm saying it now. Ed, if you're still watching, buddy, if you see Alberta Premium cask strength, whether at work or anywhere, whatever, like I assure you will like it. Me and you have very similar tastes in rye.
You
and
son
you will
of a
really,
bitch.
really like that.
I don't know if that'll work, Jason, but you can try. Thanks for the $5 though. Cheers.
Malort. What was that again? Oh yeah, cheers, Jason. Thanks, pal. Isn't
It's
that
just-
like
it's gross,
Jersey?
is what
Isn't
it
it
is.
like from Jersey or it's from?
No, it's the Midwest.
Okay.
It's nasty, is what it is.
Yeah, and what is it again? It's
I
like
don't
half
know.
whiskey, half something.
I
Or is
don't
it
No
know.
idea what it is.
horrible
I just
whiskey?
remember it being horrible.
Here's the deal. I drink nothing for money.
Yeah, what do you think this is? There's no veto here anymore.
Right?
Now, drink. I do other things for money, but drinking, no.
Sure. Fair. We're not going to ask what those things are so that we can keep plausible deniability.
What? I play board games and tell jokes.
It's fine. It's fine. You can do whatever you want. No judgment.
Those are two pretty awesome things.
Did I tell the joke of what do you call a bear without teeth?
I don't know.
It's a gummy bear.
Sure.
Once more, I know a page on Facebook that would
Son of a bitch.
do very well on.
Would.
Oh yes. Does everyone still smell a bottle when you open it?
Jason, yes, that would work.
I don't
If
do
we
it
had
all
Malort.
the time, but I still
Again,
find myself.
Jason, cheers.
Oh,
That seems slightly more likely, but
Oh, that's
still
very
not
likely.
very likely.
I'm just very happy that there's no Malort around.
Right.
There's no Lord around.
and strangely enough,
Void Malort?
Christina
Voldemort?
is the only person that have.
Don't say that. Mostly because it's confusing. It doesn't really make any sense.
Oh, he who must not be named. Oh, that was great. Cheers, Richie. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for popping in. I've already forgotten because I've been laughing so hard. Who was drinking that Amroot rye? Get back at me. How is it? I want to hear, please.
We need the details.
It's a bitter liqueur. It's like wormwood and anise. That wormwood. That's
Fuck.
Yeah.
Now
it
I'm
was-
going to go get absinthe now. Thanks.
Nasty.
I've had my fair share of absinthe experiences.
God damn it.
All right,
It was Wheels. Wheels, get at me. Get at me, dog. Where are you?
No comment.
I'm switching to some fire and cane.
Nice. I've been. I brought a bottle of that up to a buddy of mine a while ago and left it there, because I'm really trying to get him onto peat, and that is both super subtle on the peat, but definitely enough that you can tell it's not like Highland Park 12, which is like super subtle, and it's a really tasty whiskey. He's used to mostly Canadians and Americans, so I brought that one up, and I haven't checked back with him in a while about that, but maybe I will and see how it's coming along.
Void, we might be getting a sample of Malort, by the way.
Bring it.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I'll do it. I don't care. Whatever. You can't see me anyway. It's fine. Oh, this is delicious. This is great. I'm drinking all of it.
Suspicious.
Is that convincing? No.
Gotta work
Yeah,
on that.
so-
You'll get it though.
back onto that. See, again, we all want to think and right away, and it would appear that Jim Murray might be getting his pockets greased a little to
Murray.
help out a couple distilleries, and no doubt that it does, because if you look at the track record and again, what happens when he does name a whiskey, that how much it disappears off the shelves.
Sure.
It's not something you can write off, but again, like maybe someone was mentioning in one of the chats on a local whiskey page here that he's purposely snubbing the Single Malt Whiskey Association or the Scotch Whiskey Association. So I mean, he could pick anything though that would put a snub to that. Anything that's not a Scotch would be a snub if you would. But maybe there is some criteria that we don't know. Maybe it is a personal thing with him. But again, it does seem like it's kind of like maybe there's a lack of integrity somewhere. But I'm not going to judge someone. I don't know who he is. I don't know what his tastes are. I'm sure he has his reasons. But again, it's just something that it's like I said before, I'm repeating myself, but with his pedigree and with his access to what I would assume would be an awful lot of whiskeys to have given to him to try. That
Oh, look, we have Jim Murray in the chat. He's actually on the phone right now. Would you like to?
All right, we're moving on to that bit. Okay. All right. I like it.
Oh,
So I just poured myself some Cutter.
Nice.
Ooh. See, I'm trying to be good and get rid of the dead bottles.
yeah, Ed. See,
Yeah, it's
that's
open.
what I'm
Whatever.
saying. And you know what? Maybe we need a little more Jim Murrays in this world doing stuff like that. Oh, what alliance?
Nice. That's a tasty one.
Yeah,
I've tried 0 of them.
that one. Like I got like massive like buttered popcorn on.
That's the Iron Root?
Yeah.
So good.
I'm sure it's not going to taste anything like it should because it's been
No. Yeah. No.
that last little bit in the bottle for like
Right.
Months.
a month or so.
Months.
There's
Since
definitely
the
not
before
another
time.
one in your house. Don't go looking.
I'll be back.
Look at all this Malort. People are going. Malort's going to start
They're
flying
Malort
on
crazy.
the shelf because of its mention on cask strength.
Sure. That's the kind of pull that we have.
21 live
Is to get
viewers.
Malort a popularity boost.
That's so fitting.
That would be amazing, actually.
It really would.
We could get a Malort sponsorship.
Malort sales have skyrocketed 5%.
And also, I'm just gonna point this out. The name also sounds fucking horrible. Malort.
That's I think that might be the point of the name, is that it sounds gross.
Hi, would you like to try some
Malort.
Malort?
AJ.
Yeah, see, there we go. That wouldn't surprise me.
Name for Tennessee to call project.
Very
Yeah,
possible.
I don't know if we have it up here, but I'm gonna go ahead and also jump on this.
That would be the
Malort.
best thing ever. That would be hilarious.
Welcome to no. Jepson's Malort, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
It has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical.
Oh,
Its bitter
unusual
taste
botanical.
is savored
That's a
by
very creative way to
drinkers.
say that it smells like crap.
Yeah.
Of an unusual botanical. It could smell like
Yeah.
fucking hogweed.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely
That's top-notch
don't have
marketing, though. Like they found a way to make that sound interesting.
It also says its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
Oh.
This is
Sure.
This is an official listing. Whoa, at a whopping $17.99. Oh, look at that fucking bottle.
Don't break the bank.
Chicago, that's where it's from. It's from Chicago. And it's only 35% to boot. Oh my God. I can't believe that this is from the distillery, by the way, or the producer of the product. That description. They used this in their description. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
Yikes.
Kind of an ambiguous. Yeah, is that what they mean, or does it mean like everybody that drinks because we all have two fists?
I mean, most people.
Or they double fisting, like you must double fist Malort. That's how good it is. Like people that
Right.
like it a lot.
You can't even wait to pour a second time. You better have two.
With it. Just Malort something else. Malort something else.
There you go.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what's going on. Oh,
I gotta say, this Iron Root Republic from Credit Barrel, like it's been sitting like a little tiny bit in the bottle. It still tastes pretty damn good. Probably not as good as it did in the beginning, but it still smells and tastes amazing.
Excellent. At least it's a small bottle too, so you don't have quite as much space in there. Plus, I mean, it's pretty intense, so it'd probably take a while for things to fizzle out.
they mean people who want to prove they ain't chicken shit. Yeah, well, you know.
There's always that corner of the market, I suppose.
Richard Agnew's dropping dad jokes. He got in trouble for drawing unusual shapes in geometry class. His teacher
La
was
la 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 la. Sorry.
I just do this so he can't avoid it.
Damn it!
we need an email for the Void. We'll get some contact info
We
for
can
the
do that.
Void, and you guys can send
that.
all of your dad jokes, puns, all of that type of stuff. The Void loves.
Sure.
So
Or we can just set up a Credit Barrel account that one of us checks, and since we're all a part of a unnamed page, putting it with it.
uh-oh, the staring intensifies.
Yeah. The extra eyeballs really sell the staring.
That they do.
Yikes.
The whole entire thing. That's good. That's a good one. I like that. Oh, hold on. We've got some backstory about Malort.
Uh-oh.
And it's wow, what a pedigree. Nice. What a story.
Sweet.
It has nothing to do with the quality of the product. People got used to it.
Prohibition is the reason behind the quality.
that means it was like a hairline above the other stuff that literally made you go blind.
Right. Like, technically, this won't kill you. Enjoy.
It's not denatured alcohol.
Yeah.
No, there's a tagline for a company.
Oh my goodness.
Not scientifically proven to kill you.
Glowing dangly bits.
What about my glowing dangly bits? Leave them alone.
Yeah, don't be so judgy.
Jeez.
Makes it better to see in the dark? I don't know. What do you want?
There's a joke there, and we're gonna leave that alone.
It's probably for the best.
Oh.
Rest right there.
This cutter is really nice right now. I'm very happy.
You're
Oh.
making me slightly jealous. I think
You're having Anok?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's tasty stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
It's gentle. It's like a nice rocking, the baby to sleep of Pete. It's just like, oh, yes, here you go.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Nice.
It's okay.
We had a really good Anok at Spirit of Toronto, and it was, I believe, vintage. I think it was 2001. I think.
So, Jason, we'll get that email contact info for you.
Yeah, we were avoiding this topic to keep our legal safety net in place, but we'll get contact info. Don't worry.
Dangly bits.
Dangling.
We're
I mean, we do have that cask strength OnlyFans account just sitting there empty.
Just sitting there empty.
I really just want to get a bunch of spider photos now.
Kind of amazing.
I actually took some really, really awesome macro shots of our spider a while ago, and I've been meaning to upload them, but it's not a slow. It's not an American, or as we say, New World tarantula. It's an Old World. She's very fast. She's very aggressive, and there may be some venom in there that I don't want to have. But I get close, and that's the thing. My macro lens is only a 40 millimeter. It's not a zoom lens. It's not a long lens. I used to have a 105 millimeter macro that I could kind of keep my safe distance at and get some good shots. But this one, I literally have to get right up close, and I'm sweating the whole time I'm doing, just pouring sweat. But I'll try and get some of those up. Oh, so, Scotch Down Under got the Anok Pete Heart and waiting for delivery of the Anok 2007. Nice one.
The Pete Heart is delicious.
It is.
Yeah. I've had the Pete Heart, the Cutter, the Raskin. It's another tool. They're named after tools that they use.
I don't know what that was.
Right? I think it was called Raskin. I'm gonna take a little Carol Raskin. The dad jokes are getting to me, okay?
Fair.
Yeah, it's called Raskin, and I believe if I can just take a quick peek, yeah, it's like a rake kind of device. But yeah, there's a whole line.
Wait, what was it?
Tools.
What was that again?
Raskin.
No,
Raskin.
How'd you do that?
It's so awkward that the void is 12. That's a
I
weird
wonder.
scientific
See, that's the
thing.
problem. This can be replayed. Someone's gonna take that, turn it into a GIF. I'm done.
Yeah, buddy.
Hi.
Someone is me.
Hi, I'm someone.
Vintage. Graham, I think maybe it was a 2004 that maybe we had. It was definitely peated, and it was really, really nice. It was one of the nicer drams we had at Spirit of Toronto, which is kind of really hard really hard to get. Like at whiskey festivals, I'm not one of those people that spits into the spittoon. I'm also not one that drinks large drinks anyways, but still by the time you get through, and like unless you literally have a notebook with you, which I did, you
Nerd
don't-
alert!
you do
Where?
So much freaking time.
That notebook came in super handy because we did the Dr. Don Livermore masterclass, and all the information that he said regarding releases and prices I wrote down and came in super handy to give that information out to other folks in the months after. Is Spirit of T.O. on this year? No. So, Richard, it was in, I believe it was May last year. And this year they did a virtual Spirit of Toronto where you would sign up, and they sent out little kits for your master classes, if you will. This is one.
And they were tasty.
And all of these scotches are from Silent.
And you haven't gone through those yet?
No, man.
Those
I
are
want to
good.
write in my journal or do a review on the video. Brad's already had his and mixed them together,
I did do that, yes.
which is
And
pretty.
I bet
pretty
it was
awesome.
glorious.
It was
In
amazing.
that little box, there is a 12-year-old Little Mill official distillery bottling. There's I don't know how to pronounce it, Glenugie or Glenugie. I think it's Glenugie from 1980, and that is a signatory bottling that was matured in sherry casks for 16 years. Distilled in 1980, bottled in 97. There's some 10-year-old Port Ellen, which is the ceramic jug release that they had whenever Port Ellen was still doing stuff, I guess. And then there was the Hidden Gem 26-year-old Glen Flagler, 53.8%, distilled in 84, which is my birth year, by Inverhouse Distillers, bottled at cask strength, and there was only 112 bottles of that ever made. So that's what they sent out in that particular little tasting. And Dave,
And they were all delicious, and then they were really, really delicious together.
Dave K has some of that Port Ellen tenure.
I will not be judged by a ginger.
Hey, Robert,
Ooh.
good to have you, buddy.
Bam.
Thanks for coming.
I'm switching to some Ardmore.
Nice.
Throw down the gauntlet and just be like, oh, I'm gonna go to Ardmore.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and confirm, Robert, that you are correct. Always. If you heard that Brad did it, he did it.
Usually.
But I made him do it.
You know how strange is it that Christina is drinking Iron Root and all of a sudden a licorice pops up?
It's coincidence.
What are the
Must
what?
be.
Yeah.
It's the ginger alarm. They all communicate with each other.
Did we have another ginger in here? Like
Terry.
Nope.
Terry.
He was in here earlier. He's probably still working on that Photoshop. Haven't seen a comment from him in a while.
He just had one. I had $1 million idea.
Well, there you go.
Super heavily peated cast strength unfiltered Ardbeg called Hardbeg.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything about
You
it.
know what?
Oh, good.
Honestly, and
No.
this great company to
No.
mention this to. Can you not actually see them doing that?
But
No.
they
Would
should
you
have
be
a- They
surprised?
should have a 3-year-old Ardbeg called Ardbeggers Can't Be Choosers.
I would literally boycott the distillery at that point.
But honestly, would you be surprised if they had a release called Hardbeg? Would you be surprised?
Yes, I would.
You would?
because it's a low hanging fruit. I don't think they'd go for.
What about Ardbog?
All like hardwood barrels.
How do you feel about Ardbog?
That's fine. It's related to peat. It's a bog.
Okay.
Like hardbeg is just
It's hard.
it's no.
All right. Well, F you, Lance. F you, Void.
Oh, how dare you?
One of these times, we will get through a whole episode without someone breaking kayfabe.
Someone. It's me every time.
said some. I'm trying to give some plausible deniability. Here, but
Jeez. Yeah, bubble bath. Just for the record, bubble bath bourbon. There is a bottling called Ardbog, and it says Ardbog on the bottle. And it's incredible too. It's super tasty.
it is damn
By
good.
the way, the Hardbeg, it would have to be like a graffiti lettering on the label.
True.
And I wouldn't be surprised at that either. They've got a lot of funky stuff. I know the label itself is always kind of that classic, the golden black, but like the Grooves box and the Grooves label, like they're really, I like all of the releases that they do.
Time.
Pardon me?
They play with their labels all the time.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of a mix between Compass Box and, other stuff like Lagavulin outside of, even with the Offerman edition, it's still the classic, very classic, like on a shelf it looks like a classic single malt. They don't go too crazy, but I really like the Ardbeg releases with the different packaging and all the neat stuff. I think it's really cool.
Boy, do we have an Ardbog?
No comment.
The voice
Yes.
from the bottle right now.
But you know what it is? We
So
we did a splurge. We bought a bunch of Ardbegs that were hard to get at like one point. Like got a bunch of them, and we still haven't opened most of them. We've opened a bunch.
Yeah, half and half.
Half. We've opened about half. So there's still another like half in there that it's like we got it like, what was it, 2 years ago now?
It's been a while.
Wait, which ones do we have?
Well, normally I'd say I'll see you in 8 hours, but I guess that's not really going to work out these days.
There's still a Renaissance in there too.
There is a Renaissance in there.
Nice.
I'm almost out of Renaissance. I'm going to be very annoyed very soon.
I think there's still 2 Dark Coves in there too.
Yes. I think there's one right one
Dude.
cast strength.
Ooh.
I know I'll smuggle myself across the border soon.
But this cutter, man, this cutter's good.
The cutter is tasty for sure.
Yeah, they have a pretty good spirit, Anok, I think. Really responds. I've never had any non-peated from them. But I've had the few that I have had have been really, really nice. They do peat quite well. Quite well indeed. Oh, pardon me. That Kelpie, though, my God.
One of my least favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Still good, but one of my least favorites.
Coffee is real tasty.
God,
But I do like the brine, so
Yeah.
there's a bit of a bias there.
I'm always down. Dave, you know that, buddy. Always down.
I miss road trips. I
Yeah.
go on some road trips.
I know. I miss seeing you guys like every month, like every 5 weeks at least frequent. It's
I can
it's
still
been
see
a
all
bummer.
of you.
And while we can, like Dave's got quite a big backyard and lots of room to space ourselves out, it's still just not the same. And yeah, it's it sucks. I miss you guys, but it is what it is. We got to keep our heads up and keep being responsible and all of that jazz.
Yep.
Because we don't want to die. And
all that jazz. I did the same thing. I actually did that.
Yeah.
You just couldn't see it in the inky darkness.
I could feel it. I could feel it in my soul.
Good. Oh, my spirit fingers actually worked. They went into your spirit and tickled it.
They gave me a soul. It's weird.
Boyd, why are you tickling people?
None of your fucking business.
Don't be so judgy. Sheesh.
Oh yeah. Daniel's secret stash is nothing by comparison. Just saying. Planning a trip to Texas this month or next to hit Iron Root, Tawakaro, and the Crowded Barrel. Never heard of it. What's Iron Root? What's Crowded Barrel? Never heard of them.
Yeah, I don't know what those
bottles and
what,
maybe
what
a
those
couple-
words mean.
They make whiskey in Texas?
Yeah.
Whiskey.
Not Iron Root, because Iron Root is in Canada.
Oh God, I wish. My
Very northern Texas.
Oh, that would be great. Like, I don't even want to say what I would do to have Iron Root available up here.
I would do all of the things that you're imagining and more.
It's so
to get Iron
disappointing.
Root.
I there's a lot of other bourbons that are spectacular and I love them, but there's like missing such a full-bodied complexity that Iron Root has, and I really fucking miss it.
That's awkward, Robert.
Robert, send us an email and I'll put you in contact with some people.
We know a guy.
We know a guy who knows a guy. We can get you in.
Oh, good times.
So Iron Root, and Robert knows this. Actually, I think I told him this. I have never yet really loved any Texas whiskey except for Iron Root.
I've really liked a couple Balcones that were brought up here that were really, really nice. That was my first Texas whiskey that wasn't Garrison Brothers, but the Garrison that I had wasn't bad. It just at the time, for me when I was drinking exclusively bourbon, it wasn't super special considering the super high price that I had to pay being up here in Canada. But yeah, all honesty and complete integrity, Iron Root is spectacular. I've only had two offerings, I believe, that were up here, and they were both marvelous, just wonderful, wonderful drams.
It's a Weddle. Look out.
We do have a Weddle. We are under Weddle alert.
There's a Weddle alert.
Boop, boop, boop. Hello and welcome. There is a Weddle alert in your area.
This is not a test.
Hide your whiskey.
And AJ does have some experience.
He brings more whiskey than anyone could drink. It's fine. You don't have to hide anything.
No, you hide yours, so he brings more.
Sure, fair. Okay.
There will be a deluge of whiskey.
Comment of the year. Comment of the year. Here.
I would do the horrible things for a release, even if I had to buy a barrel and roll it to Canada myself.
Hey, dude, I'll do the rolling. You do the buying, I do the rolling. That's generally a great idea.
We could get a barrel into the back of my new car.
You could. And get it here in... I wanted to say post-haste, but I said in. Fuck. We'll get it here post-haste.
It's like 40-something hours of driving. Plus, we have to get it across the border.
Well,
but other than that, it's fine. It's easy.
Whenever you cross the border.
Yeah.
Holy
well, we don't want to step on Ed over at the Rock Gut Reviews toes too much, so we should probably cut this off.
Oh,
I don't know. There's a fight. We might want to step on his toes.
Yeah, maybe. Most people would have to step on his toes if they want to fight him.
Also true.
Coming for Erica.
This is even
it's fine. I can fit the barrel. The barrel size isn't the problem. It's more the border situation.
What you got back there? Barrel.
Just a barrel.
In it? Stuff. I don't know. It's a barrel. Saw it at the side of the road. Picked it up. Figure, hey, man, it's a barrel. It's a barrel.
Mostly empty space.
Aren't we all just mostly empty space?
Yeah,
it's true. The void, especially.
Mostly.
All right, well, it's been good, everybody.
Good night, all.
Thanks everybody for coming out. Had a blast. Yeah. Great to see all you guys here.
Good times as usual.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Next time.
See you guys.